Call this a quickie, call this whatever you want. Tiesto and Youth by Lupe Fiasco. I know it's not metal, I know it's not even rock, it's rap. We haven't touched a rap album since I think the last Lil Wayne release or something, some bullshit like that, but this is what I need to talk about just briefly. I didn't review Food and Liquor Part 2, but I think it had appeared in a end of the year list a couple of years back, so I felt like I needed to at least touch base on this album and recommend it for anybody out there who likes rap music, because Lupe Fiasco for me was a man that on Food and Liquor Part 2 really got my fandom. He got my attention because of the very socially aware lyricism and just downright good musicianship. This is an album that definitely, it wasn't one that was universally acclaimed. It wasn't a 10 out of 10 or anything like that. It made my list because I probably only listened to about 20 albums of this variety during that year, but at the same time, it was the one that definitely reminded me the most of why I used to, at one point in time, way back in the day, listen to rap. It was for albums such as this one. Now, Tiesto in Youth, he definitely has sort of done a My Dark Twisted Fantasy type shift compared to Food and Liquor Part 2. And, of course, the My Dark Twisted Fantasy is Kanye West. It's a reference to Kanye West's album, which is one that I treasure. I really enjoyed that disc. I know. CKN saying he likes a Kanye West record. It feels wrong. It feels dirty. But it's true. This is an album that's very, very dark and dense. It has a lot of great musicianship to it. It has a lot of great production value to it. These beats are very elaborate. There's definitely a cinematic feel to it. And this is just talking about purely the music. This is something that feels divided and really truthfully is divided into multiple parts with small interludes kind of introducing the idea. And the lyricism and overall concept is painted around Chicago, which is where is based out of, and talking about the more rough and rugged times. And this is something that I think you can kind of agree takes place over the different periods of time and really dives into the elements of different styles of people or different types of people. We have, prisoners, we have thugs, we have the lower class, we have people who are hoping just to get a job, either that or have absolutely not a penny to their name. We have people who are on food stamps that are purchasing, filet mignon and being on a waiting list for a chopper. We have all sorts of different types that are incorporated into this album, and lyricisms that feel very much like they are just 100% shot from the hip. This is almost as though Lupe has no pen to paper, is instead something that he has gotten in his mind and stream of consciously just delivers. This is probably one of his biggest strengths because his freestyle skills do feel a little bit very stream of consciousness. It's almost like it just takes one idea and goes to the next, almost as though the whole writing style idea, but done so without a pen, done so completely just within the mind and within the mouth, within the body, kind of really exemplifying the fact that this is all stuff that's coming from the soul. These are all stories that are coming directly from the soul. And I think that's the most alluring factor to this. I think that the music itself is able to paint a great picture. It's able to really set the scene, so to speak, give the narrative a little bit more life, and then the words are able to illuminate that life. You have, for example, this very second track being an 8-minute freestyle that touches bases on just about everything. This is something that definitely feels stream of consciousness and definitely doesn't feel like it has much of a point aside from just painting the picture of childhood, youth, and then growing up. Seeing the world change around you, seeing this country change around you. And then you go into more individualistic and more primarily centered themes such as prisons, such as slums, such as crime. And it's a picture that's painted. It's a picture that's painted through the words and also expertly delivered through the music. For all the things that I loved about Food and Liquor, I enjoyed this album even more. And even though I don't talk about rap all that much, if you are a fan of rap out there here within the Cover Killer Nation, give this album a try. I'm not going to score it or anything like that. This is more so a recommendation as opposed to an official review.